Football is back, kind of. The Chicago Bears take on the Miami Dolphins at 12 p.m. Central tomorrow at Soldier Field. Who's going to win this matchup? And more importantly, what should we look out for in this game? Watch this video to hear my thoughts. Now, before we get into the video, with the NFL season fast approaching, if you guys want to rep your favorite team at pool parties, at barbecues, at cookouts, and you want a great company to buy your gear from, I would highly recommend using Chubbies as sponsor of today's video. Chubbies has a variety of different gear. They actually sent me this polo, Chicago Bears polo, which I love to wear. It's super comfortable. It stretches. It's good to wear when it's hot outside. You know, you're not going to feel all yucky and sticky if you're sweating or if you're getting wet at a pool party. Like, this is the perfect material for those types of occasions. And they have other gear as well. Okay, they have swim trunks, they have gym ready mesh shorts, they have the polos like I mentioned. The swimming trunks are pretty cool. I want to get those as well. And for a limited time, I have a promo code. So if you guys use code DWCP, you can get $10 off at chubbyshorts.com/DWCP. Again, that includes the NFL collection. So if you guys want this polo, if you guys want the swimwear, I would highly recommend checking it out. And Chubbies is the ultimate football apparel brand, so much so that they created their own fantasy football league. George Kittle, Ian Rappaport, and others have come together to assemble the Chubbies League on NFL Fantasy. And in this, each week the top 5 scorers will have a chance at a Chubbies polo or shorts combo with their team's logo. The grand champion gets a chance at the ultimate fan experience, a 5-city, 5-stadium NFL game tour with a +1, while the fantasy flop faces a hilarious and unforgettable punishment only Chubbies could pull off. Head to chubbyshorts.com/the Chubbies League to learn more and have some fun. Get ready for the most outrageous fantasy football season of your life. And again, guys, if you guys want a fantastic discount for a limited time, my followers, my subscribers can use code DWCP in lowercase, DWCP, at chubbyshorts.com/DWCP for $10 off your order. Again, that's $10 off your order with promo code DWCP, and that includes the NFL collection. Support my show, tell them you sent me, and get some great gear, guys. I love their products, and you guys should get some as well. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears pregame prediction video, which I'll be doing every single game of the season, including preseason, regular season, and hopefully postseason as well. I'll be giving guys my thoughts before each game and also after each game as well. There's going to be a post-game reaction after every single game if you guys are new to this channel. But yeah, glad to see football being back. It is only preseason, so you can't really take away too much from these games. You're more so just looking at individual players that are fighting to make the roster. You're looking for progress from some of the younger guys. You're looking for flashes of potential, but you're not really gonna call your real plays on offense or on defense. So you should never get too high or too low from preseason football, but still exciting to see the guys out there, you know, play in a football game, see the Chicago Bears hopefully score a touchdown, see some big time plays being made. It's always going to be a lot of fun. So if you guys are going to this game, you know, I hope you have a blast. I'm going to be at the game next Sunday against the Buffalo Bills on Sunday night. But yeah, talking about this game, guys, Ben Johnson already said that starters are not going to play. That includes Caleb Williams, obviously. So, you know, that does take away from the excitement of this game a little bit, because I would have loved to see starters in there at least for like a drive or two, just to see them, you know, hopefully put together a scoring drive, get a field goal or a touchdown. You know, it is a brand new offense. So especially being young and having some rust, maybe I would have liked to see Caleb out there. But who am I to question Ben Johnson? I mean, I'm going to trust this guy with how smart he was for the Detroit Lions, with all the good things he's done this offseason coaching up our team. I'm going to try to trust him on this decision, but yeah, Caleb is not going to be playing. I'm assuming all the other starters on offense also will not be playing. Same with the defense as well. Maybe guys that are kind of on the bubble, guys like Ozzy Trapilo, I think they should play, because Ozzy is not guaranteed the starting job at left tackle yet. I think that still belongs to Braxton at this point in time. Even though Ozzy has taken a lot of snaps with the ones, I think Ozzy could use this preseason action to really feel what it's like to play in an NFL game, feel what it's like to play at Soldier Field. I mean, getting into the routine is more important than anything for these young rookies, getting into the pregame routine, you know, going through everything that comes with playing in an NFL game. It's so much different than college football. So I think the rookie should be getting time in this game. Maybe even Luther Burden could get a few plays, right? Because he's a guy that's also fighting for that receiver number 3 spot. He's not guaranteed it because Olamide Zaccheaus has been doing so well. So I would think that some of the guys that are young or like kind of on the edge of starting or not, like they could play in this game. But everybody that's a bona fide starter, like Caleb, like DJ Moore, like, I don't know, Joe Tooney, like those guys for sure are not going to play, but there's still a lot to look out for in this game. And I'll just be going position group by position group and telling you guys like which players in specific I'm going to be watching for to make an impact in this game. And, talking about the quarterbacks first of all, so it's going to be Tyson Bagent starting, then Case Keenum should come in, and then Austin Reed will come in as well. And look, guys, I think Tyson Bagent is a fantastic backup quarterback. Like, honestly, the Bears are really lucky to have Tyson Bagent on the roster because I do think he's capable enough to fill in for Caleb if need be. He's not going to be nearly as talented as Caleb, obviously, but like if Caleb ever gets injured and Tyson has to come in for a game or two, I think he could win those games because he has won 2 games in the NFL before, okay, when he had to start in place of Justin Fields when he got injured. So this time is going to be important for Tyson Bagent because he's not going to get much game action unless injuries happen. So you really have to take advantage of all the time that you get. I think he's going to do a pretty good job because he has shown he's capable enough to torch defenses in the preseason, and I think he could have a pretty good game in this one. Okay, he's probably only going to be playing the first half if I had to guess, and it's going to go to Keenum and Austin Reed, but that should be enough time for Tyson to show what he's got, shake off the rust a little bit, get back into what it feels like to be in an NFL game. So looking forward to Tyson playing. If you look at the running backs, very much looking forward to Kyle Monangai. Okay, Kyle Monangai, I think he's going to contribute to the Chicago Bears in 2025, even though he was a 7th-round rookie. The Bears running back rotation is like wide open right now. We don't have any sure thing there. We actually worked out Jamal Williams this morning, formerly from the Detroit Lions. He had like 17 touchdowns under Ben Johnson that one year. So maybe we're still looking to add at running back, but regardless, I'm really happy, really excited to see Kyle Monangai, see what he's got. Hopefully he can break a couple big runs through, maybe bulldoze through some people, just put some highlight reel, film on tape because you want the Bears to see that you have the potential to break these big runs through and contribute to the Bears run game. Looking at the receiving room, JP Richardson is really interesting because he's been having a great camp, and if he continues putting together good plays in the preseason games, I think there's a world in which he makes the roster over a guy like Tyler Scott, because Tyler Scott has really not done anything, guys, in his time being a Chicago Bear. He struggled with drops his rookie year. Last year, he was barely used. Maybe Ben Johnson finds a way to use him, but I've not even heard his name too much in training camp. So, if that's the case and JP Richardson has another great game in preseason, like, he could very well make the roster. So keep an eye out for him. And like I mentioned, Luther Burden, maybe he gets some plays. I'm not totally sure, but if he gets any plays, that would be fantastic to see him run one to the house, maybe take a catch and run all the way, or just catch a deep ball. Want to see him getting involved if he is on the football field. If you look at the tight ends, I think Colston Loveland should be getting some action in this game because, as I mentioned, I think the young guys, the rookies, they should be playing. They're not guaranteed to start. I mean, right now, Cole Kmet is a veteran of the tight end room. So, I think we could see Loveland out there, and he's been doing fantastic things in training camp. He could get his hands, in the end zone for a touchdown very easily. I hope he makes some guys miss after the catch. Just, again, shows some flashes on tape that you just get excited about if you are Chicago Bears fans. I hope he can do something like that in this game. And looking at the offensive line, the backups like Ozzie Trapilo, who could be a starter, I want to see how he plays. Does he have the anchor, the footwork to really succeed in an NFL game against NFL level competition, even though it may be backups? Curious to see if that's going to be the case. I want to see the interior backup offensive linemen like Luke Newman, who we drafted in the 6th round. Keeping my eye on him. Ricky Stromberg, if he plays, that could be a backup option at center. Doug Kramer should be playing as well. So, the Bears' interior offensive line depth kind of scares me to some extent. We got Ryan Bates, too. I forgot about him. So, Ryan Bates at least should be reliable enough to fill in for somebody if a center gets injured, if a guard gets injured. But I want to see Ryan Bates also have some level of success because he wasn't really good for the Bears last year. He got injured, and when he did play, he was a bad football player. So this time is really important for the backup offensive lineman because they're not going to be getting much live reps in the season unless injuries happen. But injuries happen every year on the offensive line. So we need these guys to be ready, and hopefully they can put together some good film in the preseason action. And going over to the defense, guys, I'm watching on the defensive line. So Austin Booker for sure. I'm going to be watching big time because, he was a 4th round pick a year ago. Didn't really do that much in his rookie year, but he had a lot of raw potential. I want to see if he can put it all together and maybe be an effective rotational pass rusher for the Chicago Bears in 2025. I mean, last year in college football was really good. The only question mark with him was that he barely played in college, so he needed to be coached up and developed, and hopefully Dennis Allen and his staff, worked great things with Austin Booker, and he can contribute to the Bears more in 2025 than he did in 2024. And besides him, guys like Zach Pickens, I guess if you have any hope left in Zach Pickens, which I don't at this point, I think he's a bust. He's still relatively young, though. Like, he has a lot of athletic tools. So maybe Zach Pickens could do something. But at this point, I'm not really high on Zach Pickens. Maybe he proves me wrong. But looking at the other edge rushers and backup defensive linemen, like, there's not a whole lot of guys that excite me that much, honestly. Like that is the weakest part of our team, defensive line depth, I would say, especially at the defensive end spots. At least at defensive tackle, we got Grady Jarrett, Javon Dexter, Andrew Billings, Shamar Turner. But again, Shamar Turner has not been playing due to the injury that he suffered, so he's not going to be playing in this game. So the other backups that we have are guys like Zach Pickens, Jonathan Ford, Chris Williams, Daniel Hardy, Xavier Carlton, Jamari Chroma. Like, maybe one of these guys has a really good game and breaks out in the preseason to barely make the Chicago Bears roster as that last rotational edge rusher or the last rotational interior defensive lineman, but we'll see what happens there. Looking at the linebackers, definitely want to see Ruben Hippolyte, our 4th round pick, play in this game. A lot of people thought that we overdrafted him, so here's his chance to prove everybody wrong and make some big-time plays. He has a lot of athleticism. He's kind of built like a safety, honestly, so it'd be cool to see him flying up and down the field on special teams and also in the middle of the field. Hopefully he can get his hands on the ball, maybe get a pick or at least bat a pass to show that he was worth that 4th round selection. Noah Sewell also could be an interesting guy to watch. He's currently, likely to start at that strong side backer position for the Bears. So this playing time could be vital for him. And if you look at the secondary, then a lot of guys I want to watch. So Nahshon Wright has been having a fantastic camp. He could be a starter maybe eventually this season just with how good he's been playing. Maybe be CB2 for the Bears, but right now he's a backup, so he's going to get some good time in this game. Hopefully make some more big time plays. I want to see what Terrell Smith can do in this game. He's been having a pretty decent camp as well. He's fighting for that CB2 spot along with a couple other guys, so he should get some playing time. Maybe Tyreek Stevenson also gets some playing time, even though he's probably going to be the starter at this point in time. That's not even certain, right? So if there is any question mark, maybe Tyreek gets some playing time in this game too to prove to the coaching staff that he has what it takes to start for the Chicago Bears on the opposite side of Jalen Johnson. And then, Josh Blackwell is always a fun guy to watch on special teams. Maybe he plays a little bit. I also want to see Tysheem Johnson play in this game because he's been laying some big time hits in training camp. So maybe he can do that in this preseason game as well. But yeah, those are all the guys I'm watching out for in this game. The Dolphins will probably have their backups playing in this game too, so it's kind of hard to predict a score for this game. Preseason is impossible to predict scores for, but as for my official score prediction, just because it is the first preseason game, the first game under Ben Johnson, I have to be optimistic and pick a win, okay? So I have the Chicago Bears winning this game by a score of 24-17. I think that Tyson Bagent especially is a pretty decent backup quarterback, so he should be able to put together a couple scoring drives, hopefully, for the Bears. And the Bears have pretty good backup depth at certain positions, right? Like, we have a good backup secondary. We have good backup receivers, too. pretty decent backup quarterback, really good backup quarterback, like I mentioned, right? So I think because of those reasons, the Chicago Bears win this game. But don't be mad if the Bears lose, guys. It literally does not matter. We're just here for fun, kind of, and to see these players develop and see the young guys shine for the most part. So leave your comments down below, guys. What do you guys think is going to happen in this game? I'll be back with my post-game reaction tomorrow evening. As always, guys, bear down.